deep into that darkness peering. Long I stood there, wondering, fearing, reviewing. Nuclear Clown TV is live and on the air, man. Get hip. I'm your host, Dave, straight from the Mushroom Cloud, duh. And today I want to talk about something I cannot give a higher review to. I am going to give this the ultimate review of a quantum 5-rate Victor scale Code Orange sidebar review, which if you've read the handbook, you know is a really, 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 really good review. Of course, what I'm talking about is The Coming of Tan Millennium Edition by Riley Martin. I'm a fan of the Howard Stern Show on Sirius Radio, and anybody who listens to the Howard Stern Show may have heard of Riley Martin, who calls in occasionally and has his own show on one of the channels every week, every Tuesday night. For those of you who don't know, and shame on you, by the way, Riley Martin, when he was a young boy, was abducted by aliens, and they took him onto their mothership, and every 11 years they come and they visit him, and he befriended a small red man named Okwa Tangenwan, which is my maiden name, but he calls him Tan for short. Listen, a lot of people will say, Dave, how could you listen to that bullshit artist? If it is bull, you see, look at it this way. Riley claims that the aliens directly downloaded the history of the galaxy, all the planets, all the aliens, all the humans, everything. Every single piece of knowledge that they know was downloaded into his brain. So, you gotta think, alright, if that's true, it's easy for him to come down here and just recite what's downloaded into his brain, because it's right in his head, word for word. So it's no real big thing for him to come down here and say, oh, well, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. But if he is making all this up, isn't that far more work for him? Thereby, isn't it kind of easier to believe that this actually happened to him? I mean, if he's making all this up, that's a lot of bullshit, and you have to be a bullshitter will tell you have to be consistent with your bullshit every now and again, and Riley is. And if he is making this up, it's far more impressive than if it actually happened, which to me is amazing. I mean, he tells stories in the audiobook. Now, I don't suggest you get the book. I mean, I might get the book just to have it, but I would suggest if you have the choice, get the audiobook, because you've got to hear this guy's voice, and you've got to hear him read this stuff. The conviction in his voice, and just the general way Riley talks, is so funny, and so entertaining and amusing, and at its core, he's got a really sweet message, be good to each other, and, all this stuff, and let's not blow up the world, because we might need it someday. But he tells it in this sweeping, account of, him as a bare-knuckle fighter and, these alien encounters and a psionic battle with a Targzishian who is obviously reptilian. Dumbass. And his beaver companion question. It's truly epic, I feel kind of funny saying it, but it really is, I think, a piece of art. This audiobook, from the way he speaks to the way it's presented to what he's really talking about. And in the Millennium Edition, he has some updates that he reads, in between the chapters, which is a nice little touch. And something else I wanted to show you. Let's take a look inside. This is a full audiobook, and it's really long. Like, some of the chapters are 2 hours long. And it's 2 discs, because it's in an MP3 format. So most audiobooks, are like CDs, and you get a big fucking box like this big with, 20 CDs in it. And this is just 2. because it's in an MP3 format, which I think is nice. I mean, I think it's cool to not have to lug around all those CDs. And I can't speak highly about this. Search Riley Martin on YouTube and just sit back and relax and drink a nice warm cup of Targzishian hot chocolate and have fun. I mean, and this guy lives in New Jersey, which New Jersey, right? A lot of people will say, like Dave. A lot of people will just stop me on the street. They don't even know me, and they're like, Dave, right? Dave, if you could meet one person, who would you want to meet? And I'd say, well, stranger. I mean, it's odd that you'd come up to me, but I guess I'll tell you. And my answer, Riley Martin would definitely be up there, because you think, like, really, Dave, really? If you could meet anyone, you'd meet Riley Martin. Yeah, because, I'm a real big David Bowie fan. For example, let's use this as an example. But if someone was like, Dave, would you want to meet David Bowie? I can arrange it. I'd be like, that's all right. I mean, what am I going to say? Meet David Bowie. Hey, man, I like a lot of your stuff. You keep up the good work. I like your hair. You got really great hair. I'll see you around. I mean, we'll talk again. It would be... there's nothing I have to say, really, to him. But Riley Martin, man, I would love to sit and learn at the feet of Riley Martin. Because the guy, I mean... If you're you don't even have to really like Howard Stern. If you're a fan of sci-fi stuff in general, or any of that stuff, the Coming of 10 Millennium Edition will tickle your fancy. I'm telling you. I give it my ultimate high review. Great stuff. You can get it on his website, RileyMartin.com. Support the man, folks. He was a bare-knuckle fighter, and he's just trying to save the world. And that's all. That's all he wants to do is save a little... he wants to save a little blue pearl we call Earth. And I'm saying let's help him out. Let's do that. Together. Together we can do that. Highest possible review for Riley Martin and the Coming of 10. Millennium Edition. This is Nuclear Clown and Okwa Tangent 1, man. Shit.
Oh, should I